The poor, literally, both at the soup kitchen and the local homeless shelter. Work she believes is ultimately serving God.
You're welcome.
So a recent letter of reprimand from the Vatican, directed at some Catholic nuns in the United States, took her and many of her 56,000 sisters by surprise.
We have a responsibility for one another, and that's Jesus' teaching,
The critique was directed at the Leadership Conference of Women Religious, an umbrella organization that represents more than 80% of nuns in the United States. It found serious doctrinal problems and the prevalence of radical feminist themes like the ordination of women priests. It also chastised the nuns for staying silent in the U.S.'s lively debate over abortion and homosexuality, and for, at times, directly challenging positions taken by bishops, the church's, quote, authentic teachers of faith and morals.
It was total shock. It was a total shock.
Network, a lobbying group that advocates for the poor, was also singled out. Executive Director Sister Simone Campbell directly opposed the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops when she supported President Barack Obama's health care reform. The bishops worried it would include federal funding for abortion. She says that was a political difference, not a religious one.
We're not even theological. We don't teach theology. We just do politics in the United States. And since we have no formal connection to Rome, what were they doing naming us?
The Vatican appointed Archbishop Peter Sartain of Seattle to rein in the women religious. Neither he nor the U.S. Conference of Catholic Bishops agreed to be interviewed by Al Jazeera.
The Catholic Church has been around for 2,000 years, oftentimes despite itself, but in part because it is willing to stand for something, So it's not going to just roll with the times and just change its mind because it's an unpopular position.
The Church's very public reprimand of sisters comes at a time of waning influence in the United States. Nearly 1/3 of Americans were raised Catholic, but more and more of them are finding themselves at odds with the Church's conservative views on gay marriage, abortion, and contraception. Many have gone out of their way to voice support for Catholic sisters, with demonstrations, Twitter campaigns, and editorials. For now, these sisters say they'll continue with their work and pray for the bishop's blessing. Kristen Saloomey, Al Jazeera, New York.